tell me about it. My coffee machine's a little busted. This is my most productive time of day right now in the morning, but I'm building a house, I run a business, I got negotiations and deals on the table that all communicate to me through email. So I have to make sure first thing in the morning, if anything is pressing, and handle it. Breakfast of Champions, and good news, house plan is approved. Yeah, when I say we're building house, early stages. But now that this is all approved, site plan's approved, we'll probably break ground in like a month or two. That's exciting. Now I gotta set up web analytics because I'm curious to see kind of how everything performs. So, well, gotta do this. We'll install this in terminal. Add the React component. Import and use the analytics React component into your app's layout. And here, and I'm gonna pop it right in here. Analytics, close, and good. Now here's what I gotta do. Since everything is working locally, I gotta see if it's working remotely. Add analytics, change time for testing. Should probably change the time for testing first, huh? Well, let's run this. All right. Dev, npm run dev. I could either knock off an hour, or I can change this to be triple 54. Well, it has to be more than that. Let's just do 60. See, there we go. Join game, loading user data, start game. No questions available. That's not a good thing to have. So it's not working locally. So no questions, no question available. So if no current question, go to questions. So we're not getting any questions from our new code. So when we create the trivia game, let me hop in here. Trivia games. So this is the one I was just testing out, and trivia questions. See, no questions made added today to trivia questions. Map through the questions and insert into trivia questions. And we're pulling them from here. I've created it. See, these are the trivia questions here. If type of process is not undefined and process in trivia questions, try trivia questions JSON parse. Then we put that into trivia questions, stores it here. That's what we're exporting. In this format, which, let me go to the template, it is in fact question, choices, correct, max. Question, choices, correct, max. Okay. Question, choices, correct, max. All right, Future Forest here. Apologies for the no camera up here, but I just realized I didn't explain the full picture to you, and when I said it was also working locally and then I said it wasn't working locally, let me explain exactly what's going on. So this entire code base is getting pushed up to this public GitHub repository, which is then being built, hopefully successfully, and deployed. However, I store my questions in questions.config.template, or sorry, .ts. This is the template because I don't want to show you the actual config file right here. but that is what is being used here to then map through. So it maps through the array. So this would just have multiple questions here, 10 questions actually, and it would map through the array and insert them into the trivia questions table in convex here, which I'm not going to click on because it contains the actual questions, but just like this, but questions. However, since I don't want you to see the actual answers, I have get ignored questions.config.ts, which means if it tries to find it here, it'll break. So what I decided to do was maybe a good way to go about this is just store the trivia questions as an environment variable, and then I could parse them back into the array and then map through and do that. That's actually what I did in, where is it at? Oh yeah, trivia questions right here. And just to clarify, what I have over here is a little script, right? That I just run the command and then it checks to see if the questions config exists. If not, it checks to see if that environment variable is in Vercel. And whichever one it does, it creates or updates the .env file with the questions as JSON. So again, if it's questions.config.ts, we stringify that, JSON stringify, store it here, or if it's already in the environment variable, then it's already JSON, so then we bring it into here, or rather create, or update the .env file with the questions so that we can then parse them, store them in trivia questions back into the array, which has this interface, so we know the proper formatting and things of that nature, and then we can now use it here. And in theory, that should work locally as well, and that's kind of what happened is, oh crap, it's not working locally, what is wrong? So I'm running through all of the code. I don't see this, so presumably it's this, unless it just doesn't enter this at all. Ooh, it may not enter the if statement at all. Start the game, no questions available. Oh. Get current game, test before if statement, so it didn't enter the if statement here. Join game, test before if statement, test before if statement. So we're hopping into here. We're just not doing this. What if I just deleted all of this? What if I just deleted all of this and did this? Oh yeah, I guess this would help. Okay. Start game, so that ends. Boom. Alright, I can't seem to get this to work properly. Not in time constraint that I have at least, so I'm going to restart the whole entire thing because that should take less time. I was thinking, well, if I could just seed the production database with the questions, so like I can create it all at once, but in the production database, but locally, then it's already there. The question's already there. We're good to go. And that's what I did. However, there was a lot of secret stuff being shown, so I can't show you. Just know that I was reading convex docs. I was hopping in and out because here's the thing. I have these specific things that need to access production, like my user ID that is then used to create the game because only I can create a game. And then my URLs, I guess those aren't secret. But the URLs that are used are different between the development database and then the production database. And then there's also instances where I accidentally show the questions and the answers and the choices, which again may have already been done by the time this video is out, but just in case. So I set it up so I could do everything locally. I just got to change a few variables and create a game pulling from questions.config.ts locally. That's it. And then it creates the game and it does that. I could, however, have just created like a little query and done it directly in convex database, and it creates a game, creates the questions, ties those together with my host user ID as well. And then I could have done it that way, but yeah, here we are. Oh yeah, I forgot to get excited. Woohoo, it works. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a little post. Need some beta testers. Join the game within the next 5 minutes. Thehackershideout.com. So yeah, they have about 5 minutes to join the game, and then I'll be able to start it. Oh, this is cool. Let me make this a little bit bigger just for video's sake. Okay, so it's not working on mobile. So let me see. If I go here, see, garbage. This used to be below. So when I put the chat to the right instead of below, I forgot to see if it was responsive. All right, let's start. Fix that messed up. And timer stopping bug. Back to the code. Thanks. Well, that's fun. So the 2 bugs that I was unable to reproduce myself after probably a dozen games happen when I get a few people in here to beta test. So that's fun. I need to move the chat over. All right, let me type this out. Move chat on mobile, fix timer bug not counting down, fix question skipping bug. I just don't know how to reproduce it. That's the issue. So main layout, what I want to do is if it's on mobile, throw the chat below, I guess. All right, so we'll do this large. When it's large, well, I guess the same thing down here. I guess we'll do W full by default. And if it's a large, we'll do that. All right, so the only issue is if there's a bunch of players, this is going to be way far down, but I guess you work with what you got. And if I start the game, okay, pop this down right here, same idea. We have the chat down here. Yeah, you'd have to scroll down anyway. Yeah, okay. See, this is the issue when questions are just so long page. That's the issue. Don't want to, let me try grid. Grid, what is it? Calls 1. White space, normal. Text left. Items center. All right. Midnight. 60 pixels. Yeah. Oh wow, there we go. Here. Text small. Okay. And small text will be the base. That's the text will be XL if beyond small. There we go. All right, so if it's real tiny, like this, you can still read it. It'll still work. So on my to-do, gone. I gotta fix these bugs. Great. Got a lunch break. Good pasta and some Caleb hammer. Wait. This is really weird. Look, this is literally today, 2 hours ago. This dude is from the same city as me. It is a software developer, and I just so happen to tune into this when I'm recording a video and show you that I'm watching it before I hear that guy's intro. That's kind of weird, no? No, that's weird. That's weird. That's weird. I always get a little distracted with chess during lunch, just because it's something easy to do, fun to do while I eat. But after lunch, I like to try to do something that is unrelated to exactly what I'm working on. So either I'll read some of a book I'm reading or some articles that I've found, or I will learn something. And today I'm going to be doing a little course type deal about RAG, which is Retrieval Augmented Generation. AI stuff, you know how it is. And I'm going to be doing it with NVIDIA's Deep Learning Institute, who are the sponsor of today's video. Here's that course. It talks about, RAG, obviously, introduced by Facebook AI Research in 2020. And we're going over LLMs as well as RAG, and here are the learning objectives in the course outline. But they have a litany of other courses, Path for Developers, Path for Administrators, certifications as well. And I highly recommend to anybody that is in this space, you always want to be learning. And whether that's addressing a skill issue or drive workforce transformation or accelerate career development, NVIDIA training and certification will help you advance AI skills and realize the benefits of NVIDIA technology more quickly. They have role-based courses, hands-on labs, customized learning paths, so self-paced, instructor-led, what have you, and they're all designed to ensure the training delivered provides tangible results. In these courses, you learn from industry experts how to build and run next-gen applications using transformational technology such as generative AI, accelerated computing, and 3D simulation. And NVIDIA is giving y'all a deal. Just click the link in the top of the description, use code FOREST for 10% off. That's self-paced courses, instructor-led workshops, and certifications. But not counting down. Freeze. Stepping away from the computer works wonders, doesn't it? I figured it out. At least the question skip thing, and I think this will also solve the timer stopping thing. If my memory serves me correctly, which I'm actually not 100% sure on this, the timer only stops when we skip a question. That may not be true though, so I'll have to check that after. But when I had the issue before, like I said, it was hard to reproduce the questions skipping like it did in that beta test. It was hard to reproduce because whenever I'll do it by myself, it would never happen. But sometimes, I think it was only sometimes, when I would have two accounts so I could see what it looks like from not creator, because as creator I have start button. Whenever I join the lobby, if there's no game, it creates a game. But if you're not, I wanted to make sure that, you know, if I logged into somebody else, not creator, then it doesn't create a game and there is no button to start the game. And when I would have both of those next to each other, sometimes it would skip a question. So I'm like, oh, why is it randomly skipping a question? I try to figure it out. I'm like, I don't think I understand. I couldn't really figure it out, and it was not, since it was hard to reproduce, I'm like, okay, I'll worry about this after. Well, now it's after. Thanks, past Forest, for, you know, putting it on future Forest's shoulders. But what happened when we had more than just two people in the game? Well, we had 4 people in the game. The other times we had 2 people in the game. So when we had 2 people in the game, just me, it would skip 1 question. When we had 4 people in the game, it skipped 3 questions. It called move to next question 4 times. Now, why would it do that? Because it's called every single time the timer hits 0. So unless the timers are perfectly synced, which they typically aren't, maybe sometimes it will be, but I've had it where I see one hit, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, just a millisecond before the other. If it's not perfectly synced, it calls move to next question for every single player in the lobby. That's the issue. I don't know how I didn't see this before. It's very obvious. So here's what I think I should do. I think what I should do is set a timer that is just a single timer that is displayed in real time. I'll have to figure out either I do the timer in real time or I say only, maybe I can do both. I don't know. Only creator, only when because I already have that logic in there of identifying me as creator. Only when my timer hits 0 do you move to next question. That, if I can never make a game, that wouldn't be too good, so I'd have to figure it out. But in the meantime, short term, that's future Force problem. Right now, that's what I could do, is just say my timer when it strikes 0. As creator, it calls move to next question. Nobody else can call move to next question. And since it's real time, everybody else's will still display just the same. When I say real time, I just mean like we're all looking at the same thing at the same time. So I know the fix. I just got to figure out how to implement the fix. Let's do it. Yes, I think we're just going to have everything on the back end in convex be the truth. So in trivia games, we have status, host user ID. I'm going to have when the question started. Question started at the number. Come on now, there we go. Is in review phase because that has its own timer. Well, we don't need the number there, I guess. We'll just make it a Boolean. So question started at 0 because it's a number, and then is review phase should be set to false initially. All right, so this is the game. If no game status in progress. All right, before this, I gotta find myself. Const identity equals await ctx auth. That's right. Then get user identity. But if we don't find it, we'll just throw a new error. Not authenticated. We're gonna have to query this as well, aren't we? I think we are. User equals await ctx db, right? Yeah. Query the users table with index of by token. Identity. Perfect. Now we just got to use that. User by token identifier, and then we got to make sure that it's me, the host. So I'll just, I guess, throw an error if there's no user, or their user ID does not equal the game host user ID. Throw new error. Good. I think everything else can stay the same. Current question index. Oh no. We'll have to set. Is this where we want to set the? Yeah, right in here. Question started at date. What do I have next? I have is in review phase. False. I also got to make those adjustments. I'm going to have my own review phase in the database. But first, where do we have a start trivia game, I think? Yeah, okay, yeah, start trivia game. Here we're going to have to do this something similar. Oh my gosh, I could have just stolen all of this. Look, I already had this. See, I knew that code felt familiar because in order to start the game, it needs to be the user, or the host rather. So we do the same identity stuff. We do the, we query the users table. Yeah, we just have to add it in here. So I always forget what I name these things. Question started at 0, and then is in review phase false. Again, we need something that says it is in review phase true. Wait, no, that's not what we did. Date.now is actually what we want, right? Yeah, and return, all that's still good. All right, I don't think I have anything. Review phase, yeah, I just have those. Everything that says false. So after export const enter review phase equals, it is a mutation. And we're going to, whoops, and we're going to effectively do this right here on one line. And then we got the handler, which is the same. Handler. Sometimes you got to type it out though, just so it sticks in your brain. I probably shouldn't have copy pasted the other one. Args. But sometimes you don't really want to. Sometimes you don't really want to have to do all this, especially when it's completely the same. So we have to hop in here. Same thing. However, we're going to do the same as only host as this. So we're going to do this. I think we're going to do all this right here. Okay. Yep, because it's effectively the same thing as move to next question, but instead of moving to next question, we're moving to the review phase. Move to review phase. Maybe that would be a smarter thing to do. Just so the naming convention is the same. Move to review phase, move to next question. Makes sense to me. This is where we set the review phase to true. And question started at date.now. Perfect. Return. Success. True. 10 questions, 10 seconds. I did change the time to 20 seconds each. So, all right, so that's 20 seconds each now. So in theory, that should be 20 seconds. Although, what about the 3 seconds for the trivia, or for the review phase? Then this is not smart, because what if I have a different amount of questions? Game dot trivia question IDs? Yeah, because it's stored as trivia questions IDs in trivia game, which, okay. But what is the length of that array? So this is an array, that's the length of the array. So whether we have 3, 10, 20 questions, that'll have that. 20 seconds and 3 seconds are kind of, I guess those are hard-coded in. Amount of questions, 20 seconds each, 3-second review phase. Okay, I kind of like this. Is this new, or did I just always have it collapsed? It's probably always been there. I just never knew that it was there. Cool. I'd have to rock with get history or get log or whatever. All right, what do we got to do in trivia game? All right, so this is going to be something. So time left, we do not want to control any of this on the front end, okay? It needs to all be the same, and also it needs to not reset or freeze when you refresh it, which right now it does both. I think it resets back up to 20 and then freezes or sometimes runs, I forget. Answer, submitted correct, good, error, good, show correct answer. Would we want to do this in the review phase mutation? I'm not sure. I'm going to just comment that out for now. Timeout ref is handling timeout. Remove all that crap. That's good. That's good. We just need to const move to review phase. Move to review phase. But first, look at all this red. Oh no, you can't even see all the red. Look at all the red. Ha ha ha. So yeah, we're going to be stripping a lot out. This lets you know what you got to strip out, because you know you don't want like time left, because this isn't where we're controlling it. But we do need to calculate the time. We need to calculate how much time is left. And then where will we store that? In local storage? So that if you refresh it, then I'll have to figure that out. Hold on. Let me just get through the math on this. So we need the started at. Well, let's account for if there is no started at. Game question started. Return 20. That's only if there's no question started at date. So we know that it returns 20. We're going to need something for now. Constant now equals date.now. I don't know if that's how we want to do it. I don't know. I have something in my head. Let me hash it out real quick. See if it actually works. We need the amount of time that's elapsed, which is equal to now minus the game data dot game dot question. Nope. Question started at divided by 1,000, which also means I have to throw this in here. All right, so then we'll store this, calculate time left. Yeah, we'll run that once, store it in time left. We'll also have to have the is host, game data, game host user ID. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Okay, let's see what breaks. Uh-oh. Yeah, so since the table's inconsistent, I should say. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete all these, because why not? This is just on dev, right? Delete all documents, confirm. All right, convex function's ready. Okay, whoops, control shift that, that's right. npm run dev. Which I think load prepares convex functions anyway, but whatever. Go to trivia lobby, but I'm also going to incognito mode it. Yep, sign in as a different user. As you can see, I put the chat, or I think you already saw that. It's been a long day. Okay, so 2 folks in here right now. This is creator right here. Let's see what happens. Start game. This one started early. It's technically working in a way. Let's see if it skips questions. What happens if I refresh? 0 seconds. Yep, figured that wouldn't work. Alright, yeah, I was kind of afraid that was going to happen. I just don't know how this acts on a refresh. That is, if I come up here and we add, let's just call it display time. Because we don't want this to be the actual time, just the display time. Set display time. I guess brackets would help. Another use effect. I guess we'll just have to do constant time left in both of these. Calculate. So instead of time left, we'll do display time that just shows. But we still want everything to save as time left. We don't want it to reset. 19, 18, 17, boom. That showed it first. I need to round this. Boom. 1, 0. Okay, moved into review phase. Did not skip a question, that's good. Incorrect. That one's correct. So yeah, I gotta fix this. What happens if I refresh? Ooh, it shows 20 for a second. There we go. That's good. Okay, nice. All right, that can run through. I think I may have solved it. The only thing I need to do is change how that is displayed. What do I even want to call this? Add, make real-time timer. Good enough. This file is getting a little unruly. This is a very simple fix. So if we want to go from decimal to rounding it, what do we do? What do we do here? This is it. What do we do here? Come on, guys. You already know this. Math round. I really need to learn how to like use Vim motions or something. I think that's all I need. Run another game, and if we come in here, so we have the display timer, refresh, we're all good. I mean, it shows 20 seconds for a second, but that's fine. Boom. Conditional types 9, 8, 7. Boom. And then it should store, yep, as integers in there because we're rounding. Okay, perfect. And because we have a centralized timer, I don't think we should experience any question skips, right? It seems to be working for me. Even if what happens if I like, what happens if I refresh right as it hits 1? Not authenticated because I wasn't there. That was the issue. But this one shouldn't matter. 2, 1. Like, yeah, like I'll refresh back into that. So I'm good. I just have to be in it. That's the unfortunate thing. So that only I can move to the next question. But I'll change that later. That's fine. It's fixed. So no longer skips, at least what I can reproduce. Again, it was hard to reproduce before, but I know what the problem was, and we fixed that problem, and I'm unable to reproduce it now at all, which gives me hope. And in doing so, that fixed the timer freezing, because I think what was happening is when it would skip, or skip any questions, and it'll try to set the timer at 20 because the timer loaded before the other data, the question data loaded, it was freezing. I'd have to go back and actually see, but I think that's the issue. I just know that I would be able to fix it given the fact that we fix the skip and we have a timer on the back end. That's the beauty of it. We have a timer on the back end, as opposed to having everybody have their own timer individually. I mean, a timer based on the question started at information on the back end. You know what I meant. And boom, there's the end of that. Good to go. Go back to home. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Also, I'm changing this time in order to, I keep changing this time back and forth because official video on this build is ready to go, good to go, and I am changing the timer. Well, I need to change it again for it to go live, for there to be a game tomorrow or Friday. One of the two, either Thursday or Friday. Just got to see a couple things, either Thursday or Friday at noon, and then from there on out, it'll be every Wednesday at noon, Eastern time. That chicken now, that one is molting like crazy. It's the time of year. Sorry. I got my burn pit right here, and all the wood that I had to move because we're making s'mores. And that pile's a little bit too big for the kids to get close enough. It'll make too big of a fire, whereas that little fire right there, not a problem. What a stud. Now, however, we change and we ride. You can't see that at all. There we go, and we ride.
Hey, don't leave till I get your number.
Okay.
This is not my best work. Are you serious? There, this is some good work.
Ooh.
Mama.
Yeah, that's pretty
No. Mama. You okay?
Would you rather me get a macro shot like this? Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at this tail. Homemade, baby.
I'm so leaving that sound clip in there. Homemade, baby. I am.
Why do so many people want to take a swing at that face?
What can I say? I inspire strong emotion.
And it's just a day's work.